of the benefit may not be relevant also. Customers may say that, hey, it's okay, let's close the program. So in those things, that's why a decision is taken to close the program. Okay, definition, delivery, closure, formulation, planning. As part of delivery, individual components will be started, okay, finished, integrated to the program. Benefits will start coming, and then it will be realized, added to the overall program benefits. Okay, the individual components can be closed much before. Finally, the program is being closed. So this is the overview of program life cycle. Any questions? I'm sure you will have more questions.
The thing that, sir, for the program delivery stage, we
Ah,
have that components authorization.
yeah,
In this components authorization, because some of them we already have in the WBS element example.
yes,
So does this require again component authorization?
100%, 100%. For example, let's say this program is, let's say, setting up some 25 I banks. Okay. Now this is the program. Now here, okay, probably it will have 25 numbers along with the various other attributes. So everything, now you got the approval for the program and the overall, okay, delivery in terms of budget, etc. Now this you got it from portfolio steering group. Now here you have taken the responsibility. Now this approval for a specific project actually will come from program manager. You will approve this project. You will give this charter, project charter. You will sign and then give it to the project manager as a mark of authorization. So you received it for 25. You are going to give it one by one, one by one, one by one.
It's like sub assigning to the
Exactly,
platform.
exactly.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
have given you 25 CR and you are approving 1 CR each.
Hmm. Okay. Clear, sir. Clear.
So this is where what, since I mentioned this, for example, 25 approved and you keep doing it one after other, few things in parallel, etc., etc. There could be a stage in one state, okay, you are struggling. There is no infrastructure there. Nobody is willing to sponsor. Nobody takers. You are finding it very hard. So you could done only 20 out of 25. So probably you can close the program. You say that, hey, these 5 we could not make any progress, and probably that funding I'm going to return it back to the organization and we will close the program. It can be done. Okay,
Either it's like an excess budget or it's like an early closure of the program.
that's right, Anis. Okay, so and sometimes one may take more money, the other may take less money. One may get, you have to fully fund from the program. The other may get some local government scheme. They may give some 20% or 50% money. So what you planned 1 CR, you may be able to do it in 50 lakhs only. So the additional 50 lakhs, you are free to reallocate to the next program. One may become, instead of one, it may become 150. All those, that's why in one of the tasks we see something called a synergy. Okay, synergy in terms of resources will be able to achieve at the program level. If you handle it as an individual project, okay, they will basically need to cut corners if the cost is increasing. On the other hand, The person who's can complete it in 50 lakhs, he will be overspending to 100 crore, 1 crore, because he feels that I have budget, I can spend. It is my money. But at a program level, the program manager will say that, hey, if you got 50 from somebody else, no, you give that 50, I'll give it to another component. So those kind of give and take optimization will happen in a program.
So can we assume program manager will become a program sponsor during program delivery stage for components?
Good question. Very good question. Okay. Yeah. Good question. I like it. See, there is a program, let's say metro or an airport. There is another program, let's say Six Sigma. Now, this metro program is a kind of a turnkey program where this program director is basically interested with the budget, authorization, many things. And he spend it on components. Whereas Six Sigma program, the program manager do not have any budget. Okay, so the each component is owned by a department. Operation, supply chain, production, or sorry, anything else, maintenance, etc. So this PGM is only facilitating the program. Each project from a department has its own sponsor. It may have its own project manager, and you are a program manager. So you may be a black belt, he may be a green belt. He drives a project and the budget is given by his HOD. So here the program manager himself approves the budget. So it could be either way. So he issues the charter, he approves the budget. Of course, again, since the stake is very high here, okay, so you will find, sorry. Since the stake is very high, you may find he go to the board, program steering committee, okay, for presenting it, justifying it, etc. But he has the authorization to give the project charter. Any other questions? Okay, long way to go. We'll keep going. So program definition, formulation, planning, and then um, initiate studies. We discussed, estimate scope, resources, and cost, develop an initial risk assessment, develop program charter and roadmap. Okay, we discussed it. And planning, okay, I think I said the governance is done here. Now, governance is done as well here. Governance structure model established, organization is defined, program management plan is developed. Okay, so that is the part. Program charter, if you look at it, I would see program charter as one vertical document, okay, with all these as sections. Okay, what is the vision of the program? How it is aligned with the strategy? Okay, what are the benefits? And what are the components? Okay, and how the benefits are going to be realized? Okay, timelines, it will simply say maybe an overall, okay, it won't give details, key risks and issues. When you say resources and needed, it is not headcount, it is the summary level budget and other things that are required, the stakeholders and the consideration. So this is the program charter. Program roadmap will give the horizontal dimensions. Okay. Primarily focus on benefit, components, timelines, how they are structured, time phased. As you do the time phasing, it should also connect with key assumptions, any gaps, if any, visible gaps, if any, that needs to be done. So this is roadmap. This is charter. So it's easy. Program management plan. We'll only look at the differentiators, okay? Since all of you are trained project managers. So the differentiators between project and program will be the benefit management plan, governance plan, financial management plan. Okay. There we call it as a cost management plan. Here we call it as a financial management plan. And that's it. Roadmap. Okay. So these are the components. Schedule management plan also includes program master schedule. When we talk about scope management plan, it includes program WBS. Okay. So like that, in project management, we talk about multiple sub-level deliverables. Here, okay, it all will be next to the respective plan. So this is the program management plan components. Okay. Delivery phase we discussed. Definition phase acts as an input, and this comes as the next. The delivery phase ends when the program governance determines that specific criteria for this phase have been satisfied, or a decision is made to terminate the program. Program may not see the end of the light also, but closed. Okay, when we say specific criteria have been satisfied, it doesn't mean 100% achievement. Okay. So that is the part we discussed, all other things more. How do we close the program? Has met all desired benefits and all transition work has been performed. Okay. And the program is closed. Or the scenario other could be there is another program or sustaining activity that will oversee the ongoing benefits, okay, that were charted. So then the program also can be closed. That means the benefit delivery is only established, validated, and then transitioned. Okay. The ongoing benefits will be overseen by other program. I mean, whenever I do this, the classical thing that come to my mind is like this express highways. Okay. So there is one program to build that huge 5,000, 6,000 crore asset. And then there is another program comes up, O&M, operation and maintenance for the next 10 years. So that is another program. Okay. So this program is closed and this program is open. Okay. So these are the two ways in which the program can be closed. Okay. So this is at the life cycle level, and what I thought I will give an overview, and then we can go into the support activities. Are we clear in terms of this life cycle phase summary level, what we do for the program level?
Yes, sir. For a point of view, yeah. It's like a successor and predecessor in the scenario number 2.
Scenario number 2, successor and predecessor. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's okay, sir. Yeah, clear.
Ramesh, any question, Ramesh?
Yes, sir. So in this scenario too, the benefits are planned to be achieved in the subsequent program. So those kind of information is well defined in the business case itself, is it?
Correct. Yeah, very true. Okay. And of course, you have the in between, no? As you close the program, you have two important document. Benefit, transition. Okay. Plan, and that will be done, transitioned using this. And then benefit sustainment plan. This plan along with budget and other key information will be transferred to this organization, this program. Okay. So it is like finally when you hand over the asset, okay, you give a manual and then as built drawings, and then you give some training and give it off to them. Okay. So you have to transition it systematically, and you need to give them how to sustain.
So in large scale infrastructure projects, sir, so always where the projects are capex heavy, really at the end of the program, if building that infrastructure is considered as a program, so at the end of that program, there won't be real any monetary return in terms of benefit. So can we consider, or will that be generally described as a handing over the asset itself in a workable form? Can it be defined as a benefit?
I would say yes and no. Okay. Because to some extent, there are many programs fail because of that. Okay. There are many times customers suffer because of that. So, I'm just telling you from, let's say, give an example from an industry perspective. That industry means, for example, a power plant, a chemical plant, and all. Okay, you build the asset. Okay, you commission it, and then here you need to demonstrate. I would say more of output only, or rather demonstrate the benefit, I will say. Okay, and then hand over. So now, if customer takes this, such programs suffer. Okay, so that's where people like you play a very vital role. You integrate and you work on behalf of the customer to make sure that the vendors deliver the value, and then you hand it over to the customer feels secured, because more importantly this is assured, and you don't do it yourself, you get it done from the individual asset developers. Okay. I feel, I don't know if there is any program which this cannot be done. Now, this benefit delivery could be 3 months or sometimes 7 days. Sometimes it is only 72 hours. 72 hours, a non-stop performance, measure every parameter, and then say that, hey, this is what I committed here. I'm giving it to you. Okay, please sign acceptance, clear the payment, and I'll vacate the campus or premises. So is there anything where this cannot be done at the end of the program? Anything comes to your mind?
I'm just comparing two projects, something like the water supply, domestic water supply to a village or a district. So where the
Mm,
government takes it as a program, where
mm,
we could see the business case can directly define a discrete benefit to get the benefit from multiple
mm,
accounts. So, but by the end of the program, once you plan all those things and then acquire land and then establish and the water comes, so benefit is seen. But whereas
yeah.
large scale infrastructure project, the capex recovery happens over like
No,
for
that's why, see, I'm saying no, 72 hours only. Afterwards, the plant will run for 30 years.
yeah.
Now, the initial developer is no way connected to that unless you go and engage them.
So in that case, sir, when this particular initial program gets over,
Mm,
there has to be, because the program is getting completed. As an
mm,
objective of the program itself is to deliver the benefit.
mm,
When the developer hands over to the O&M team and then the revenue going to come over next 30 years,
mm.
so this program gets end as per that scenario two.
Correct.
So
Scenario
what should
one.
be the benefit definition of this initial program?
Yeah, they're demonstrating, no, at the end.
A
See,
workable asset is
No.
a
see, workable asset. Correct.
okay.
Workable asset. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay. Asset that works without any bottlenecks is there. But if the footfall is not there, how can some airport developer be responsible? Correct?
Yeah, that gets analyzed through the feasibility itself.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree with you. I'm getting your point. Okay. So the revenue generation through passengers, the footfall and associated, these are all the benefits. Okay. But the workability of the asset, okay, from a benefit perspective, need to be demonstrated.
Okay.
So maybe in this case, in this scenario, we will divide the benefits in tangible and intangible benefits, right? After commissioning the
Asset.
commissioning the asset, so
Mm,
so by that time you will be gaining intangible benefit from the customer because you successfully completed the first part of the program.
correct.
So that we can hand over the asset to the O&M so that they can start the revenue.
Yeah.
Okay, so if your the initial program itself it is getting delayed, benefits also will be delayed, right?
Yeah.
Further.
Yeah. I think
So by
that's a good point. Okay. Let's say this is 36 months. And let's say 3,600 crores. Okay. With a benefit potential of, I don't know, probably some 20,000 crores. Okay. Over certain period. Now, when the asset is developed and demonstrated for its value, okay, basically the customer actually gets the asset here with a significant value. That is his benefit, number one. And then the other benefits like revenue, profit through utilization of asset is basically happens over a period of time. So customer basically gets this, and the implementing agency gets the fee. Okay, that is their benefit. Okay, this is their benefit, and this is it is also a tangible only. It is not intangible or the non-financial, but it comes later. Okay, this risk is taken by the customer. Okay, suppose if this doesn't happen, this becomes a white elephant. if this doesn't happen. If it happens, this value goes multifold. Okay, I don't know. This barn, okay, built after this high-tech city. Our building was the second building in Hyderabad. Okay, in the high-tech city area. I mean, it was only one building, nice with a lot of spaces, etc. Today, if we go, there are about 20 buildings are there in the same 10-acre campus. Okay, and they demolish building and build more buildings, higher buildings. So the value of the asset is very high for the customer, and of course the revenue also comes up. So it is a good investment, I would say, for the ascendas who came and purchased it from Mr. Jan Ban. On the other hand, so as he said, no, some of the public utility program. Okay, so you build, let's say, as part of Swachh Bharat. Okay, so you spend some 1,000 crores and you build some 100,000 toilets. And then this guy got the money, all that. And this asset is not sustained. So the asset also gone bad, wiped out. Revenue also was not there. And the benefit also was not received. Now, this is where the program needs a reconfiguration. When I say reconfiguration, you build the asset and you have to maintain for the next 5 years. And this should be the outcome. Okay. And then only you can go. So now I'm seeing some of the road project and all. I think first 3 years or something, the contractor should do the AMC, or rather maintenance. So that means probably they will maintain a proper quality and make sure that it is sustained. The benefits are sustained. Okay. So whenever we feel that this asset is not a growing asset, it is a depreciating asset, and we should see the benefit are fully attached to that asset. Good discussion. Any other thoughts around this?
No, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just continue into this program integration management and then move on. Integration management is just a small, I would say, a sandwich. Again, tied to definition, delivery, closure phases, which is the life cycle. The integration involves setting up a program infrastructure and then developing a program plan. And then probably this talks about okay, setting up a performance system, management system here. Okay, here measuring the performance. Again, validating whether the program delivered its performance. So it reflects in all the 3 areas. Here, setting up the infrastructure, okay, involves largely the program office. Okay, and program management information system. Okay, this is one side. And then the program team. Okay, and of course, other things like governance structure, etc. also can be part of that. So this is setting up program infrastructure. Okay. Delivery management is nothing but you as a program manager initiate, okay, coordinate, optimize, measure, okay, all of them part of your delivery management. Okay. As part of delivery, this transition and sustainment to be planned. and that should be completed, and then you can close the program. Okay, because why they brought this transition and sustainment here is, we see there are two types of program again. We discussed it before. Things like this asset development. Okay, you do the entire program for 36 months, and it may involve some sub-assets, maybe some 10 to 20 sub-assets, and everything need to be seamlessly, okay, done, integrated, and then the benefit will start. Okay. On the other hand, there is another program. Let's say this is infra, and another program, process improvement. Okay, or certain IT kind of programs, software kind of programs. So I do one component, I immediately give it to operation, ask them to operate it. Okay, based on the experience, I do the second one and give it to that particular department. Third, I do it for another department and hand it over. So the benefits are started here itself. And then probably at the end of that, I hand over everything and then I formally close the program. So this is incremental benefit delivery. Okay, this is benefit delivery starts only at the end of the program. So these are all very, very high stake programs. These are simple programs. Okay, no much capital investment, largely incrementally. You test it, evaluate it. If it works, continue. If it doesn't work, discontinue. All these things are possible. But in these kind of things, it needs much more, okay, establishing the business case and other things, because big stake, you upfront invest everything and then the benefit starts. It starts only here. Here it starts from here. So, okay. Developing program infrastructure, program organization, program management office, tools, facilities, finances for managing the program. Okay, what are the various things that are to be done? Delivery management, component initiation, change request handling, component transition. Okay, performance monitoring, of course, reports and forecasts, and closure. Okay, so benefit sustainment and transition gets completed, and then final program gets closed. Okay, so this is integration, simple, small layer, and then comes the major part. Okay, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are the 10 things, and we will start discussing one by one. Just try to understand the program context. Okay, the words will reflect the same in project management and program management. What is the differentiator in terms of program that we will see now? Before that, shall we take a break?
Can I ask one question, sir, about the previous slide?
Yes, Ramesh.
So you were saying about incremental benefit, right? Another element called progressive benefit. Can you please give me some?
No, not progressive benefit.
Different understand.
See, this is, let's say, the program tenure,
Yeah.
program life cycle, and this is probably for the purpose of easy understanding is operation cycle.
Okay.
Okay. So for certain these kind of infrastructure development program, the benefit delivery will start only from here. You have to complete it, integrate it, commission it. Till then, it is not fit for the use of the asset, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have built a value. The asset value has come up as you invest. Okay, the asset is, yeah, it's there. Okay, now 10,000 CR asset is there. but you have not got any ROI returns out of it. Now that part, so it's all expenditures. Okay, and you have a asset value. Create an asset of that value. Okay, and the income through the asset will start coming. Okay, now there is another program. Okay, where of course here it also has components. Okay, but when I complete it, I mean, I'm just I think did I talk to you? For example, there was a very high power consumption. Okay, in one area, the pumps were of high speed, low efficiency. There is a lot of other things. I'm taking an energy conservation. Okay, so the moment I complete this, let's say in 3 months, okay, and the benefit delivery starts. This is another program. Maybe productivity improvement. The benefit starts. The benefit starts. The benefit starts. So the same, let's say 3-year program, I got a lot of benefits, all these things. So if I put a cumulative value, okay, the program benefit starts here. Okay. From the beginning, the benefits are coming up. Here, the asset is built and then the benefits are coming up. Are you with me?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, but what is the challenge here? And what is the challenge here? It's also there in the standard. It will be interesting to see. What is the challenge here?
Only the investment, no returns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Financials.
Very good. Okay, so you only invest.
Which day company and working day which and the time for Saturday working
No returns. Okay, during this period. Second,
Cash flow is better. Like on the top. Okay.
see, the problem is if, let's say you are doing some 10, 15 projects, anything goes wrong, this will stretch further. Or sometimes any one thing goes wrong, this benefit will not come, will not start and it will not come. So integration is a big challenge. If it is not properly integrated, so the benefit will significantly suffer and you will not get to know about it. Only finally you will see that it is not coming up. Okay. Now, in this case, okay, so that particular risk is not there. Okay, benefits are coming, small. But what is the challenge? What is the challenge in this? What is the challenge in this program? We do that often in our own companies. See, we do this. We move here. This fellow come back. Okay, the moment you move to next department, this may not sustain. This will also may come back. This will also may come back. And after the program is over, the organization may continue to remain. Okay, it may go like this. They may like that also. Have you observed it? Anybody? Anupama, have you observed it? In IT, it happens a lot.
Yes, sir.
In even other companies, for example, ISO 9000. How many companies have really seen the value? Okay, in many companies, even things like ERP implementation also. Have they seen value? Okay, it is another ritual. Instead of one, you use something else. Okay, so if I want to put it together, adoption,
Inshallah. But for arrival test, how long this will
sustainment
1 hour, 2 hour like that?
will be an issue.
And that's only one test until we go out from the company or what?
Okay,
The captain he asked.
are you
So
with
we
me?
have, yeah,
Yes,
I think
Anis.
we have, yeah, okay, in the manufacturing also we have, yeah, but not like a transition period, but in between, maybe like a stage gap. Yeah, it's like a launching, then we have a set to work, then we have a harbor, then we have a handover.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, good, Anis. Okay, so you're talking about the first one, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So in the first one, see, probably I may be an old guy talking old things. Okay,
No, but it's a
but
good thing.
now you need to think little more creatively how this kind of mammoth effort can be drilled down into smaller packages and demonstrate value to the customer and reduce the risk of failing. Okay, so we have to think. Okay, it is not, there is no straightforward answer. We need to think, okay, how these kind of big programs can be sliced down to, from a value uh, benefit realization perspective, how they can be done.
So we generally they do it to the phasing wise, sir. When there is an ultimate master plan, the business case will be clear for 20 years.
Hmm,
Instead of keep building the infrastructure for 20 years, they split into multiple phases.
correct.
Do only a 2 years, 3 years infrastructure spending, and then put it for operation. And
Yeah,
in phase-wise expansion. So while the first phase is continuing to get you the benefit through revenue generation, the next phase of infrastructure spending can happen.
correct. Yeah, in private sector, okay, they try to do this diligently, or if it is not possible to split certain things, okay, try to look from a, for example, let's have a pilot, okay, and then evaluate, validate the feasibility, and then we will pump in more. Even if it is slightly get delayed, let us not jump into the bandwagon. Okay, so that way also you can do. I mean, you need to think, for example, there could be another way. Suppose in between, if there are problem comes up, can we, with some kind of a shift where we can we change it to a different product. Okay, if I want to have that kind of easy um, changes, now what should be the basic architecture? Okay, like you see sometimes uh, uh, administrative buildings become hospitals. Those things also happens. In Chennai, it happened. Okay, the what is that? The assembly is translated into a hospital during Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi period. So as a program manager, you should be prepared for that. Okay. Shall we take a break? Quick break?
Okay, sir. Yeah, maybe.
And we'll come back and then do this program support activities, what you have prepared. Okay, so that will take about 1 to 1.5 hours and then we can close it. 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Anupama?
maybe 15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
50.
Okay.
Agreed. Let me open it. Yeah. So, I mean, there is no sequential is not necessary because PMI themselves arrange it only based on alphabetical order. You will see that change management comes up first, and then communication, and then financials. But I think we gave it more or less the same order, but we can go anyway, so it's not a problem. Probably what I will do is I'll keep the standard open, or I mean, I'll leave it to you. You share the screen and discuss. But we'll not have a lot of time. Okay, so in the next 1 hour, we should be able to complete all the 9 domains. Okay, so who will start first? Ishwar?
I can go ahead, sir.
Good, very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Ratna, can you enable her with the presenter access?
She's able. She wants
Already
to
she is
share
able to
screen.
do. Yeah,
Ask
yeah.
my permission,
All of
actually.
them should
Yeah.
share. Mm.
Yes, sir.
They can do it, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir.
Okay.
Saying you
Okay.
cannot, I think you have to stop sharing, sir. Then I
Ah,
will.
okay. Okay, I'll do that. Where is my... Yeah, thank you, Krishna.
Can you all see my screen?
Coming up.
Yeah, now.
Okay, so just let me get to this setup.
So you
Okay,
like
so
black?
we will. You all can see now? Is it good?
Yeah, we are able to see. Yeah.
Okay. So today I'll be taking you all through change management, communication management, and information management. We'll start with the change management. As you all know, change is the only thing that is constant and is inevitable throughout the course of the program or the project. There are many changes that we come across that we have to handle. So what is change management? It is a process of guiding an organization through change to achieve its strategic goals. And what are the activities that are involved in this change management? It involves identifying, documenting, approving, and rejecting modifications to project-related documents, the program deliverables, or the baselines. And there could be different reasons, many factors, internal and external, that could contribute to the changes in a program. And throughout the duration of the program, all these factors should be monitored to ensure that the program remains aligned with its strategic goals and objectives while we are trying to adapt to the evolving changes. The next slide I have here is about the process. I'm sure we are all aware of what the process is, but I thought I will just quickly go over the process. So whenever we have a change, we initially put a formal proposal to modify any of the deliverables or the baselines. So that is called the program change request, right? And then once a request has been placed, the next step is to assess the impact of that. There could be many different ways of implementing the change. So all those methods or variations should have assessment to understand which is most effective way in terms of cost, risk, or even alignment with the strategic goals. So that assessment, impact assessment, should happen as a next step. And the next process would be whether we are approving or rejecting the proposal. So once that stage has passed and then we have an approval, it is up to the program change control, where we ensure that the change that has been approved is implemented. And all these change, they have to be recorded in the program change log. Right. And this program change control will help us carry out the request to ensure that it is recorded, and not only recorded, we should ensure that it is communicated, because once a change is there, I think the first important thing is to ensure that it is communicated to all components, all projects, and all employees, so that they are also aligned with this new change supporting the strategic goal. And yeah, that's about this change management process. And then once you have the implementation, then you go ahead and start to monitor it, track, and report based on the progress. Then let's see what are the benefits of this change management, right? First is the alignment. It ensures that the changes are consistent with the program objectives. And that is a very important step throughout this process, that we need to ensure that we are all sticking to the program objective. The second thing is the transparency. It maintains a clear record of the decisions and the actions. Then it does also involves the stakeholder engagement. It keeps everybody informed and aligned. And next is the risk mitigation. It helps us address the potential issues that are arising from these change requests proactively. And second, the last thing is the efficiency. It streamlines the change process for timely implementation. Right. So these are some of the benefits of change management. So concluding the change management, a program change management is essential for adapting to the dynamic factors while ensuring program success. Systematic handling of the change will help us that ensure proper documentation, decision making, and communication. And a well-maintained program change log and integration with the program plans are critical for transparency and efficiency. And the output of this activity is a program change management plan and a program change threshold. I don't know, sir, you want to pitch in and say something?
Yeah.
Did I-
Yes, seriously. Let's give a pause, understand the context, program context, and then move on to communication. If you look at it, program life cycle as formulation, planning as sub-phases of definition, and then delivery, the middle phase, and closure. So now this particular parameter change, okay, how do you navigate it through the life cycle? Okay, I'm giving you a common pattern. It will be applied for all the parameters. So when it comes to formulation, the very first sub-phase, the change need to be assessed. So you will have something called program change assessment. Okay, so you need to look at it. Is the organization ready for change? And what kind of changes will come? How do we address those change? Sometimes the organization is so bureaucratic that itself may become a huge kind of stumbling block. So what should be the change management system based on, you see here, change threshold? Is it the thresholds are healthy enough? All those things you are do the assessment, include it in the feasibility and the business case. And when it comes to planning, program planning, this change management assessment will become change management planning. So where you establish the loop, CR, change request, who all can initiate change, how to initiate change, and then what kind of changes should be approved at what levels. Some of them can be simply approved and implemented at the component level. Some of them should come to program level, wherever there is a change impacts the other components. Okay, interdependent components, it has to come to program management. Some of the changes should go up to steering committee. Okay, so how the change management process, okay, so that should be implemented, that should be put in place. And then when it comes to program delivery phase, change management, okay, you manage the changes, you actually implement all those SOPs, plans, and other things. Okay, so you do that. So I don't think there will be a closure of change. Okay, if we find that that big picture, no, what I showed, so you will find that there is no closure. Okay, when it comes to change. So everything that we discuss, you should map it to the life cycle, how we are handling. That is one part. And I think she did it very well. Anupama, congrats. The same way you should do it for all the probably 15 things. Okay, not just one. You do it on all the 15 things. So the output program change management plan. She reused a lot of contents from the standard. Okay, so you did not look at that change assessment, change planning, change management. Okay, that
Yeah.
I thought I will bridge the gap.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, carry on. Any others, any comments on what she said and what I bridged?
You should continue the 15. So no problem. We don't need to do remaining.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you'll see that it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good. Continue, Anupama.
So coming to the communication management, so what is the communication management? It is a process of ensuring that all the all the data or distribution or the storage, retrieval, and disposition of the program-related information is done accurately, and it facilitates the flow of information among the program stakeholders to ensure again everything. Like I think all of these activities are. I think the major part is to ensure. I mean, throughout even the project, the main activity is to ensure that we are aligned with the program's strategic objective, right? Um, Looking at the communication management, what all we do in this as part of the communication management. One is the stakeholder analysis. We identify the stakeholders at various levels, including the executive sponsors, be it project manager, your team members, or external partners. We understand their means of communication, their preferences, and their requirements. And we come up with a communication plan. We're defining the frequency or the format or method of communication that is preferred for the stakeholders. And then we align the communication strategy with the program objectives and the stakeholder requirements. The next part of the communication management is sharing the program updates, sharing the program information, project progresses, and the changes that are happening across the projects or the program. And also ensuring that the consistent messaging to avoid misunderstanding and misalignment. So, yeah. I think communication plays a very important role in every aspect of our life, just like in the programs. The next activity that happens here is the coordination across the projects. So we have multiple projects. We could have multiple projects under a program umbrella. So facilitating the communication between those project teams and to manage the interdependencies and the shared resources is also one of the aspect of the communication management. And what do we do with all of this is we are addressing the risks, issues, or any changes that span across the multiple projects in a more efficient or effective way. The other part of communication management is feedback mechanisms. We are establishing channels for stakeholders to provide the feedback on the program progress and the communication effective. And then we use, as program managers, we use those feedback to improve our communication strategies and stakeholder engagements. And of course, monitoring and reporting is also an important aspect here. Tracking the communication activities against our communication plan, generating periodic updates for the stakeholders, such as executive summaries and detailed progress reports or visual dashboards. So that way, we are monitoring and reporting how our programs are going on. So these are the different activities that are involved in the as part of the communication management. Let's see what are the benefits of that. Again, as the alignment, it ensures that all stakeholders are aligned with the program's goal and progress. Transparency, so good effective communication plan builds trust and minimizes the misunderstandings or resistance among the team members. Then you get a lot of stakeholder engagement, which is very critical for any program's success. And then issue resolution, so it enables us to effectively, quickly identify any resolutions for any risk or issue that we have with the open communication that we can do. So having a good communication plan is very important, and revisiting our plan and making necessary changes is also an important aspect of it. What is the conclusion for communication? So communication management ensures that the effective flow of information among the stakeholders, and the output of this is the program communications management plan and the communication requirement inputs to the stakeholder register. You want to mention, sir?
Yeah, so assessment, planning, and then as part of program delivery, you basically information distribution, reporting, all those things happens as part of communication. And then this will have something related to closure, but not on communication. I think when it comes to information, okay, the closure also will come in terms of archival and other things. I think she will be having it already. So
Oh,
you
I
can
don't have
continue.
it, sir.
Okay. Yeah, continue. Anyway, you'll have information management, no?
Yeah,
Next one.
I have
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
little information on that, but yeah.
Okay.
So what is information management? It is a systematic process of collecting, organizing, and storing and disseminating the information to ensure that the informed decision making, alignment with the program objectives, and effective communication across the projects and stakeholders. The output of this activity is the program information management assessment. And for the information management, the main activities are integration, ensure that the consistency and alignment across the projects, addressing dependencies and shared objectives, storage and accessibility, use centralized tools. I mean, these all come as part of the information management, and who's authorized to access which documents and all. Dissemination is basically sharing of information in the form of reports, updates, or dashboards that are tailored for specific needs of each stakeholders. And governance of the information is also important, establishing policies and standards for data quality, access, and security. For the benefits of information management, we have facilitates informed decision making, enhances the collaboration and transparency, aligns program activities with the strategic objectives. I think communication and information go hand in hand. And then that's all I had, sir. And then for the closure, any
Yeah.
any documents like
Yeah.
lessons
I
learned
think,
or
see, what I want to add is this communication information management will be part of this program support activities as well as part of program stakeholder management engagement domain. Okay, in that chapter also you'll find enough information available in terms of communication. Number one. Number two, it assumes that the basics of communication you already know. Okay, so she did not cover anything about basics of communication in terms of communication models, communication methods, all those things. So the point here is you should revisit project management standard to understand something more about communication, because that's also equally applicable, more applicable at the program level. Okay. Now, when it comes to information, I'm just keeping the standard open. Let me not share and affect the flow. I'll just read out.
I think that's all I had, sir. You can take it over and then the next person
No,
can.
not much to add. What need to be added is the lessons learned. Okay, since you disengaged, I'll engage. Yeah, share. Okay, so yeah. So if you look at it, program information management. Program management involves extensive exchange of information among the program management, component management, portfolio management, program stakeholders, and program steering committee functions, etc. So there's lot, okay, ups, up and down, horizontal, everything. Managing this information and making it available to support program communication. So information supports communication. Okay, that is something. Okay, if you don't have an information, there is nothing to communicate. And archival, this is what I was talking about. At the end of the project, communication is dynamic. Okay, what I communicated yesterday, today, if you ask somebody, I may not be even remembering it. But the information that I communicated through something report or anything, it will remain there as a record. So that is the difference between information management and communication management. Okay, so that information, not only during the project, even after the project, that needs to be maintained. Okay, so that you saw, no, a thin line difference between both. So it's very important when an organization ensures multiple programs and projects. And coming down further, using information management tools and processes established in the program information management plan. Okay, so when we talk about this back office to the program management information system, or PMO, PMIS. Okay, so that's very, very, very important when it comes to information. Setting up an integrated program information management system. This activity collects, receives, organizes, stores, documents, and other information products created by program activities, governance, and the other things. So you can say this is a backbone of the program office. Very, very important. Attention should be paid to the accuracy, timelines of the information to avoid errors and incorrect decisions. Okay. So the outcome of the activity she already said. Okay, updates to the program information repository and inputs to the information distribution and program reporting. So within information management, lessons learned, that was 4.3.7, 4.3.7.1. This comes under that as a subset. Okay, lessons learned are a compilation of knowledge gained. So this knowledge may acquire from executing similar or relevant programs from the past, or it may reside in public domain databases. Okay, lessons learned are critical assets to be reviewed when the updating the program stakeholder register, blah, blah. So you can do that, read it out. Okay, so it's a, in fact, in earlier editions, as part of governance, there is a subtitle called knowledge governance. Okay, because so much of knowledge is developed, generated during program, it is very important to pay attention to this information management as a support activity. So program information management system, how do you index and share, store documents, reports, okay, now lessons learned, all of them are part of, okay, so at a program level, you set the policy and SOPs, and individual components level, they need to update. Okay, let me go to the second part of it. And considering major changes to the program management plan, including introduction of new program components, the lessons learned register is updated when necessary, including at the completion of the components and at the end of the program. Okay, these are all common. Okay, so that is about information management. So again, information management planning, information management, and information management also will have closure in the form of lessons learned, in the form of archival, data and document archival will come as part of program closure. Okay.
And
Right.
supporting documents handout to operations team also part of closure.
Information management system, very important, correct. Okay, so it goes as a ongoing activity. So you pass it on to the next recipient. Okay. Yeah, who will go next? Good, Anupama, well done. Same
I will
thing,
go,
you
sir.
continue for all the 10 domains and make sure that you read every paragraph on the standard, including the appendix. Okay, as I told you, probably for your benefit, let me just move on. See, this is what I was talking about. Appendix, program activities, tools and techniques. So here, if you go further, you see communication assessment. An initial assessment of program communication needs is a key input to program charter. Okay, so this you have to read. Cost estimation and information management assessment. A program can generate large amount of documentation, data, and other records throughout the life cycle. How easily this information can be collected, shared, maintained may have a significant impact on both program team efficiency and how the program is perceived by its stakeholders. The information management needs of the program should be considered as part of the program formulation. You see, this is a point for a question. Okay, information needs of the program should be considered when formulation, planning. Okay, so that possible financial, organizational maturity of the program management culture and resources implication can be assessed. I just want to give you one example. We are doing one setting up program management information system to a customer, big customer. Okay. Indian customer operating in Europe. Now, what happened was when we added something, suddenly they found something came up saying that the SharePoint space got exhausted. We are not able to assign new users to it. Something like that came up. Okay, it became a big issue. Almost last 6 to 8 weeks, we still don't have access to the people. Okay, so I mean that's what here he is talking about. Okay, the information, so much of information will be generated right at the beginning. Do we have an appropriate system, or do we need to establish a new system for this program as a dedicated system based on the organization's existing infrastructure, utilization, etc., to be considered? The output of this activity is the program management assessment, which is an input to program business case. Okay, like tomorrow they say there is nothing exists in the company, you have to set up the whole PMO, and it will cost some 20-30 lakhs. That needs to go into the business case and the other downstream planning activities. Okay, right. Who would go next?
I will go, sir.
Ishwar. Yes, Ishwar. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah.
You
Good
are doing
afternoon.
which areas?
Yeah, I'm covering risk schedule and scope management.
Oh, very good. 3 important areas you are covering. Excellent.
So first, I'm covering risk management in program delivery. So risk is risk management is a very crucial. I mean, crucial role in everywhere, like in our personal and professional. Everywhere it plays a very major role. So the current risk for all our working professionals like us is that if you are not updating a skill set, I mean, continuous learning, then there may be a risk that you may be end of part of layoff list. So that's how the professional risk currently what we are facing now. So like us in program management is also risk management is plays a very crucial role. So in this risk management, what we will do as a program manager, what we do is we will proactively identify the risks and their assessment and the mitigation for the risks throughout the program delivery. So we have a document risk register. So all the information will be get updated in the risk register. So the key goals of risk monitoring is like validation of assumptions. Means in the early stage of program, so we will have some risk assumptions, right? These are the known risks. So we will continuously monitor those assumptions are correctly are correct, or we need to change, or we need to update those assumptions of the risk. That is the first point. And the second one is the coordination with the components. So here it is integrate risk management across program components for a unified approach. Means we will be measuring all the risks going to happen at the component level, and we will see how that getting impacted to overall program delivery. And the crisis management, so this is also very much important. If something unforeseen situation happens, so how resilience we have in our we are ready to face that crisis. And the last one is knowns and unknown risks. So we will continuously monitor both anticipated risks and unforeseen risks. Here known risk means we know the risk, but we don't know when it will happen and what is the how much impact will have on the program. So that is known risk. And unknown risk is that is unforeseen situation like pandemic or maybe a financial collapse of the banks. So those kind of those are part of unknown risks. So these are the key goals of risk monitoring. So how we will respond?
Well, we'll give one pass. Let's say in a program context, how do you factor this known unknowns and unknown unknowns? My question is very specific. In a program context, how do you factor known unknowns and unknown unknowns? Others can answer since he has prepared, he will be able to do that, but others try. Now, what is the difference between project and program? That in that angle, I want you to respond.
We have to harness the change, get prepared to get the most of the benefits from the program.
Very
Because
good, very good. See that he used that word called resilient. Okay, so you have to prepare the program team and stakeholders for resilient. Okay, that so that means in program, it's actually very interesting. Okay, you will see sometimes everything is very obvious. It is going smooth ride, but a month later, things may go hayway, upside down, and you'll be in utter chaos. Will I really come out of this or not? That itself will be a serious issue. That kind of things will come. So we need to be resilient, proactive. Okay, and okay, we'll leave that part. Come to known unknowns and unknown unknown. In fact, the resilience is primarily for unknown unknown. Okay, for known unknown, you have to act. Okay, of course you need resilience, but definitely you need to plan out. So how do you do that? Known unknowns. Known unknowns, the component level risks, the respective project manager has to plan. Okay, from the assumptions, from the unrealistic constraints within his boundaries, he need to do like that. Everyone should do. When it comes to, we talked about interdependency. Okay, so the intercomponent risks, integration risks, and other kind of risk plus benefit oriented risks. Okay, plus governance and strategic risks. So these are the risk program manager should come to is one, and any elevated risk at a project level. Actually, we study 4 types. Okay, the common 3 types: avoid, mitigate, transfer, and accept. And there is one at the top called escalate. Okay, so escalation is something the project manager is escalating to program manager, and he should do that. So known unknowns are to be appropriately planned. Okay, at the project level, program level, and from you, it can be escalated to strategy or portfolio. That needs to be done. Okay, resilience is required, but the known unknown need to be planned. After planning and incorporating the plan into the budget, master schedule, etc., you need to provide contingency. Okay, so again, contingency is for known unknown accepted risks. It is to be factored at the individual component level and overall program level. Okay, how much and all will vary, but contingency reserve. And when it comes to unforeseen, okay, every risk is unforeseen, but this unknown unforeseen risks, okay, we plan for management reserve. Okay, the management reserve will not be factored into project budget or program budget. It should still lay above. Okay, so programs management reserve maybe with program sponsor and steering committee or whatever. Projects management reserve maybe with the program manager. He will not give it to project manager. When that unknown happens, through a change request, the PM will ask and the program manager will give, or the program manager will ask and the sponsor will give. Like that, we need to do this. Okay, known unknown, unknown unknowns. So again, okay, I'm telling you, risk management is an excellent chapter written in project management. So it is good to revisit PMBOK, the risk management chapter, so that you get an extensive understanding about basics of risk management. Here it is, as you see, okay, it is only a one page. Okay, program risk management planning. It is only just one page. But in PMBOK, it is equivalent to about 30 or 40 page document. So please do that. Okay. Yeah, you can continue, Ishwar. I'll take it out. Am I
Okay.
sharing my screen? No, no.
No.
Sorry. Yeah, you can continue. Okay, I'm just talking. It is there on my screen. Program risk management planning is just only one page. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So once risks are identified in our program at any phase, so we will implement mitigation strategies to reduce the negative impacts, and at the same time we will explore opportunities for enhanced outcomes. The example is like if you are facing any kind of like manpower shortages for any of the projects. Okay, so what we will do is at the time program manager thinks that the project, I mean the concerned project may take longer time because he doesn't have the sufficient manpower. So at the time, what my project manager will take that he will invest some time for the automation of repeated tasks. So it will take some time, but anyway, he will invest some amount and to develop a automation tool which can do the repeated tasks. So what will happen is that will give the benefit uh, for the other programs, like that the tool will take care of repeating tasks so that he can concentrate on the other tasks so that he can minimize the overall delay of the program. So here the opportunity is he is investing in the new tool so that that will take care of the repeaters tasks. So the remaining work can be done by the available resources. So overall program delivery, it may not impact, but it will impact, but it may not much impacted because of the tool is available so that the other programs can be benefited with that particular tool. So that's how the program manager has to respond for each and every risks. And all the risks should be properly, I mean, promptly addressed so that the impact of to the overall program can be minimized. And the program at program level, as Sir mentioned, that we will have a contingency reserves for any unforeseen risks maintained. And then these program level contingency reserves are different from the component contingency reserves. So this funding is available at the program level so that he can program manager can allocate those funds if any unforeseen situations happen at the program level. And there is a program risk manager. It's a parallel role to program manager where he takes care of risk management strategies across all components and ensuring consistency collaboration with project level functions. Okay. So if you take the program life cycle,
very nice. I like this slide.
okay, what we will do is in the program formulation stage, we will early identify the potential risks to establish a foundation for risk management. And in the planning, what we'll do is we will develop a comprehensive plan to identify, analyze, and prepare responses to the risks. So in the delivery phase, what we will do is we will identify the reported risks, and we will apply the risk responses for the risk reported, and and then we will monitor and we will update the risk register continuously in the program delivery phase. In the program closure phase, we will transfer the remaining risks at the end of the program. So still we will have the risks. So those risks will be transferred to the proper stakeholders or operational teams for the next phase of the program delivery.
It's a good slide. In fact, you can expect a question on risk transition, okay, which you will not find in project management. Of course, there also it will happen, but here they have identified it because programs are benefit oriented. Benefit comes up only during operation. Okay, when they put the asset to use, then the benefit comes up. So the benefit oriented risks may continue to kind of haunt the program or the operation. So that needs to be transitioned. So things like, for example, change adoption. Hey, we are trying hard, still they are not fully grooved into the new way of working. It is a concern like that. I'm just now putting some temporary resource, helping them out. The moment if I remove the temporary resource, they may go back to square one. So please take care is called a risk transition. Okay. So are you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I'm talking about it, my daughter comes to my mind. So, okay, when I got her married to my son-in-law, so I'm transitioning a risk to him. Okay,
Good.
go ahead.
So the conclusion is like effective risk management is essential for successful program delivery. So maintaining up-to-date risk register, coordinating across projects, and monitoring assumptions enable program managers to mitigate threats and seizures for the opportunities. Proactive responses and adequate contingency reserves ensure readiness for challenges, safeguarding objectives, and optimizing outcomes.
Yeah.
Any
I think you can
questions?
expect questions around proactive responses, then seize the opportunities, optimizing the outcomes. Okay, these are all the key words around which program will throw a lot of opportunities and you will be asked questions around that. Okay, you should be able to answer them. It won't be so complicated, but you can do that. Yeah.
So next one is schedule management. Basically, schedule management ensures timely delivery of planned program benefits and capabilities, which involves monitoring start and finish dates, tracking milestones, and updating program master schedule to reflect changes in component schedules. And this is a very dynamic process because if any schedule schedule lappage or slippage of any components, so we should quickly update our master program schedule as well. So that's how this is a very dynamic process, and we don't know when that is going to be happen in at program level. So that's why we have to be continuously track, and we need to adjust the program schedule at any point of time. Again, the key elements are integration with other program activities, because the schedule management parallelly works with the other managements also, like cost, scope, and risk. Because if there is any schedule, beyond the schedule or early closure of any component, that will have an impact on the other activities also, like cost and scope. So for that reason, we should have a continuously integrate all our schedule management activities with the other program activities as well. And addressing component level changes, yes, assess the impact of changes in one component on the overall program. As I said, like if any individual component of our program, we need to continuously monitor the phase of the component of our program, because if there is any schedule change of that particular component, we should continuously assess how that is going to be impact our overall program. And based on that, we need to adjust the overall program schedule as well. That depends upon the criticality of the component, because in our program, so there will be many critical components. So for if those component schedules are getting deviated, so that will have an impact on our overall program as well. So, and again, we need to see the early completion of any component. So that will give an opportunity to allocate the existing resources of that component from that component to other component where it requires more resources. So
It is a question. Okay,
yeah.
this bullet will come as a question. A particular component is finished ahead of schedule. As a program manager, what will you do? Okay, so the answer will be, one of the answer is resource reallocation and to accelerate the overall program. So this should be one of that. Okay, so yeah, good.
And finally, outputs of schedule management is like a program master schedule, which is updated with changes, milestones, and component adjustments. And another one is program roadmap, provides an updated view of program timelines and objectives. And schedule risks are tracked and mitigated as part of risk management strategy.
Ishwar, how did you do this? How did you prepare this?
Using ChatGPT.
Very nice, very nice. I think you've done a good job. Yeah. So I'm sure I want you to do this for all the probably 10, 15 domains. Okay. And it will be a good collection. Okay. So once you do it, probably you can share it with the colleagues and with us also.
Sure, sir.
Nice. Good job done. Okay. Let's move on to scope. Just go one
So-
before.
Just a second.
See, they use the word master schedule, program master schedule. Okay. Something that is not here, I'll tell you. As a program manager, basically you start with the program boundary. Okay. Let's say the program boundary is 36 months, 48 months, 60 months. And then build the component level top-down estimate. If I want to complete the program in 36 months, okay, so how the components are to be sequenced. So that is done as part of the program roadmap. And the roadmap is translated into a top-down, okay, high-level milestone, okay, schedule, master schedule. And give those dates as constrained dates to the components. So that means, for example, somebody is doing a initial assessment, feasibility, and submitting a business case and taking the approval. Okay, let's say that is one phase. You tell them that, hey, I'm going to give you 3 months to do all these things. Please come up with a schedule. So the person who is going to do the initial assessment and business case development or DPR development, use that 3 months from and to as the constraints given to him. He will come up with the bottom-up schedule for the component or for that phase. Like that, every other component will get their own target dates. They'll build the schedule to meet that date. and it all will be reassembled into the program master schedule. Okay, so you will see the top-down planning at the program level and a bottom-up planning individual component level, and both will be integrated. Okay, so this is the initial planning part. And when you do the program delivery, actually it should be continually, it will evolve. Okay, some of the later components, they will say that, hey, I don't really have details. Okay, so I will do it in due course. So when that particular component is initiated by giving a project charter, he is going to develop schedule for that project, and then that will come and integrate into the master schedule. The same way updates will happen progressively. So throughout the program life cycle, the program master schedule should constantly evolve, constantly it will be updated. So that's why you see here the variance management, okay, mentioned, okay, in multiple places. So that will come up, and it is not an easy job since we are, I think, Anis, are you there? Okay, he's heading the planning function, and so they all, their
Yes,
main
sir.
job is this.
I'm here only.
Yeah, okay, constant day in and day out working on the master schedule, update and see the analysis and how the schedule can be, delays can be recovered. All those things will happen.
Every time our S curve is a flat curve or a dip curve.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
regular. But
Okay.
ultimately, at the end of the projects, we make sure things are aligned.
So it's a fascinating subject, and of course scope and schedule are tightly integrated, and if you are a matured organization, scope, schedule, resources, cost, risk, all of them can be seamlessly integrated. Okay, so okay, good. Okay,
So
so this is the table. Yeah.
yeah, so in life cycle management, for schedule. So first in the definition phase, what we'll do is we will evaluate the initial program schedule and define key milestones tied to expected benefits. And in the during planning phase, what we will do is we will develop a comprehensive plan how to monitor, manage, and adjust program schedule effectively. And in program delivery phase, we will continuously monitor the complete program schedule and its individual components schedules as well, and we will track and manage. And if any schedule like adjustment is required, we will adjust the overall program schedule and ensure timely delivery of program benefits.
Yeah, good. In fact, in programs, even when every component is completed, the component schedule to be closed. When the program is completed, program schedule also will be closed.
Yeah,
That
yes.
means make sure that all there is no activity is hanging around.
Yes.
Yeah.
So conclusively, it's like program schedule management is critical for ensuring timely delivery of program capabilities and benefits. It requires a dynamic approach to track progress, managing variances, and make necessary adjustments as well. By coordinating with other program activities, addressing deviations, and leveraging opportunities for acceleration, program managers can ensure successful program execution while mitigating risks.
And this linking risk for every parameter is important. Okay, you'll see that risk is attached to strategy, benefit, stakeholder, scope, schedule, budget. So everywhere you will find that word, okay, the risk. Okay, so that we need to make a note of it. Okay. Good. Next, scope.
Yeah. Next one is scope management. So in scope management, we will ensure the successful delivery of program objectives while adapting to evolving requirements and maintaining alignment with stakeholder expectations. and it addresses challenges in scope due to stakeholder inputs, component adjustments, and external factors or previously identified issues. The key elements in program, scope management is like it's a process. It's a scope management process. We will identify and document scope changes and evaluate the impact on timelines, cost, and resources and risks, and make decisions with stakeholder involvement and communicate outcomes transparently and document all changes for traceability and update program plans as needed. So this is how the complete program and scope management change process will happen. So we will identify the if any change comes, scope change comes from the either stakeholder new requirements or any customer requirements getting added during our program. So we will identify we will analyze those scope and we will see how that is impacting the overall program components, and we will make a common decision, agreed decision along with the key stakeholders, and we will communicate the changes and we will document at program level. So as a program manager, so our responsibilities are very clear that we will assess the impact of our program. If any scope change appear during the program delivery, and we will update work breakdown structure to reflect the revised scope and delegate detailed scope control to component level managers to maintain efficiency. And we will have the some challenges while seeing the larger programs, like because of their complexity, it is very difficult to interconnect components if any scope change happens during the delivery phase. So that is one of the risks we have to we will face while handling the very large programs. So benefits of effective scope management is maintains alignment with strategic objectives, minimizes disruptions and reduce delays, and enhances stakeholders' trust through transparent communication, and ensures efficient use of resources by focusing on approved changes.
One thing, this one for everybody, I'm telling, when you develop this, for example, using ChatGPT or looking into other references on program management, check once with the program standard and see that is there any conflicts. Okay. If at all conflict is there, take it as what PMI standard says as the right one, at least from an examination perspective. Okay, I don't see any major conflicts, but I just want you to be aware of it, because ChatGPT will refer to multiple sources. Okay, in some sources, okay, they may have different jargons, different way of using the same thing. Okay, just as an example, I'll tell you, in benefit management, the sequence is output, outcome, benefit, and achievement of strategic goal. Okay, in the order upward. Okay, activities, when you do activities, you get outputs. When outputs are integrated and deployed, when adopt the change, outcome will come, and outcome comes automatically, the benefits will come. In some literature, they will put benefit first and then they'll put outcome. Okay, it's actually speaking completely contradicting. PMI document will say outcome first, benefit next. In some document, benefit first, outcome next. So apparent these kind of contradiction are likely to happen because it's a management subject. Okay, it is not a mathematics or chemistry or physics. So we need to be aware of that. Okay, I'm just telling it as a disclaimer and caution, because I tell you what Ishwar presented is beautiful. Okay, it is not there in this document. There it is simply written in the form of paragraph by paragraph, paragraph by paragraph. Okay, but that is distilled, put subheadings, and then main heading, and it is all put presented in a very nice way. So easy to remember, but at the same time validate it once with the standard. Yeah.
So in program lifecycle, in program definition phase, what we will do is we will define and assess the initial scope of the program to ensure alignment with strategic goals.
Hello, we lost you.
Yeah, maybe he got a slow connection.
Yeah, I think I am audible, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Then I think he got disconnected. He's there. Ishwar? Okay. I think both of you have done a great job. Anupama, how did you prepare?
I just I rushed in the night, sir, to prepare in 1 hour.
Did you use ChatGPT or no?
Not really. I initially planned to use, but
Mm.
then I had no time. So I just read the book and I wrote up.
Okay. I think there's a good synergy, and if you
Mm.
all work together, it will be very nice. Okay.
Yeah, I saw Ishwar's slide before. It
Mm,
was very good. I told him it is very excellent. It's like very clear and nice, and in one
mm,
picture, one slide, you're getting all the information.
correct. But only thing is, for example, he looked at one way of presenting, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it also contains that assessment, planning, and then management, and finally closure if applicable. So that horizontal dimension also we need to look at it. Okay, who will go next? Who is who received the mandate? Ramesh,
Mine is finance and procurement, sir. I can go.
are you ready?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, then you can share. If guys, anyway, Ishwar has finished it. So when you share the screen, by then I think he will join. You have it in what form?
Word form, sir.
Okay.
I'll just first I'll explain what is, because as you know, with the limited time that, and then I thought this would be the right way for others to also get benefit, because I have put direct extracts of the program
Standard only.
standard manual. And
Okay.
also what I did is, just before I start explaining, I just
Mm.
explain the context of how I'm going to explain this. So I've kept the relevant standard extract
Portion. Yeah.
from the different chapters of the entire program management manual, and which has this financial management definitions, and then the tools and templates extract in different sections. And
Okay.
after reading that, based on the experience and what I felt
Mm.
from different learning, I just bulleted that in the blue color.
Very nice.
And in the manual, like there are certain elements which I felt that definitely worth highlighting with experience sharing. So those I have just put it with the red box, which I'll talk through.
Okay.
And that's what it is. And maybe as if the time permits, then we can read through remaining all these blue box elements. So
I'm so happy. Okay, each of you came with a very unique, overlap between what she presented, what Ishwar presented, and what you are presenting. It is excellent. Ishwar, are you back? Ishwar Rao?
Yeah, there is an
Okay.
internet outage.
No problem. I think that was the last part, no, of your slide.
Yeah, that's the last part.
Okay. So that's why I said to save time, I asked Ramesh to pitch in.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
And we were only appreciating your work, Ishwar Rao. Okay. So we want you to continue for all the 9 support domains and then complete the preparation and share it with others
Maybe
so that
maybe
everyone.
let us maybe show us how to use the chat GPT to generate such a beautiful content.
Yeah, I
Very
think
easy.
once Ishwar Rao passed the PgMP exam,
Mm.
you will see he become an author. Soon he may write a book.
My ChatGPT is still open. I can show now also.
Okay, I'm sure. I think we will meet once more, and then we will try to synchronize. Okay, Ramesh, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Anupama and Vishwar, for that excellent presentation. So, I was just explaining, Ishwar, before you were joining, that how we are prepared. These are all extracts from the manual, and I'll run through that. So basically, as per my understanding, the program management, these governance aspects are mainly to define how to handle the program. So therefore, on all aspects, including the tools and templates and what should be the content, all these things are well explained on this. So this is the program financial management to start with. And I'll not read through this para, but I have just summarized it here. Basically, it says about the program receives initial funding approval through the business case justification. And from there, through the PMIS, the funds and expenditure, it's all get tracked through the financial management system. And at any point of time, if the costs are gets monitored through the tracking system, and once the cost exceeds the budget, the program may get terminated. Okay, and towards a closure period, when the component level contract delivers are achieved, then the payment it gets made against the deliverables mentioned in the contract. So that's how the financial outlay happen. So individual component budgets are closed when each work is completed at the individual component level. Throughout the program, as changes are approved that have significant cost impacts, then they go back to the dashboard and then update the program budget for rebaselining it. And again, based on that new financial focus for the program, are prepared and communicated through program communication management plan and program management plan, which Anupama explained in the earlier part. So even minor cost overruns can subject to audit and management oversight. Therefore, a close monitoring of the cost on regular basis is very important. So one of the experience that one of the recent program that where I was working, it was for Zurich airports. They are well established airport operator globally. They manage multiple airports across the globe. So there were good lessons that based on the practices we learned. As one of them was the ECM executive committee meeting happens on a fortnightly basis or monthly basis, I think. Yeah, monthly basis it was. So where they, as the designs were getting developed, and they asked us to present how we are baselining against the initial budget. And and on the ECM meetings, when for certain reason, if the budgets overshoots, then we used to present them a Moscow analysis, which is nothing but it's a DSDM agile project management approach, and which defines about this Moscow must have, should have, could have, and wish to have. So the master plan components get segregated, including the cost budget, and we present, and the ECM takes the decision. Yes, so the must haves and should have, you can proceed now. The could have can get postponed to a later stage. Or if they see that there is a surplus against the budget, they give clearances for the could have as well as sometimes wish to have as well.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, and as per the standards, like the type of program and the funding structure, how in the financial environment, how they define it, it varies basically. So certain times funds entirely within a single organization funds the whole program, or managed within a single organization but funded separately, and funded and managed entirely from outside the parent organization, and supported with internal and external source of funding. So different types of funding based on internal and external. And this particular aspect very specifically talk about how to manage the negative cash flow So that is an important aspect because it might trigger the program to get collapse if the cash flow is not managed. So to a greater extent than for the projects, program costs occur earlier. That's a good learning for me because that's what the uniqueness of the program, they differ. When compared to the project, the cost occurrence in the programs happens much earlier than the benefit. So the objective of financing in program development is to obtain funds to bridge the gap between the paying out monies for development and obtaining the benefits of the program. So covering this large negative cash balance is a key challenge in program financing. So, and due to large amount of money involved in most programs, the funding organization is rarely a passive partner, but they have a lot of contributions in the decision making from business leads and technical leads and program managers. So due to this, communication with the program sponsor and the other key stakeholders should be very proactive, as complete as possible, in a timely manner. So that's what this framework establishment suggests. That.
Yeah, good. 1 second. Give me a pause.
I'll pause.
See, the difference between project and program, we looked at one aspect. Okay, in program, money is invested well in advance, and years later, you start getting the payout, okay, returns. So this is one challenge. So how this money is coming into the program, unless we are very sure, we will not start the program. Okay, that is why there is a framework establishment as a process brought in program, which was not there in project. Okay, framework establishment means where does the fund come from and for what? So you need to identify the sources and the consumptions. Okay, and you should balance both. It is like you sort it out. Okay, yeah, I need 3,500 crores means 3,500 crores comes from where all? What are the commitments? And you make it very formal. Okay, the framework should make it formal. Even if it is a public program, it has to be even known to the public. Okay, you announce it in a full page paper. This is how the program is going to be funded. Okay, and then develop a program financial management plan. Okay, from this framework, number one. Now, the challenges, there are 4 bullets are there. Funded entirely within the organization, funded single, but funded separately, managed inside. Funded and managed entirely from outside. So in each of these cases, it also says the funding organization will not be a passive partner. They want to make a decision how the money is spent, to whom the order is given, who is executing, what is the performance. Okay, so you have to be very proactive in terms of planning, communications, all those things. This is something we never, I mean, we haven't learned it when we did our PMP. So you need to pay attention to learn this delta X at a program level. Okay. Yeah. Yes,
Thank you for
Ramesh.
adding that. Yeah, so as you said, this particular formulations happens during the financial framework happens during the formulations of phase, and the output of this is this particular framework and business case updates.
Excellent.
And of
Excellent.
course, the communication management and the stakeholder engagement plans gets updated once this framework.
Yeah. I mean, even the last sentence also will be pointers for your examination. Okay. The output of this activity includes the financial framework, which is done as part of program formulation, and it impacts the program communication management plan and stakeholder engagement plan during the program planning. Okay, part of it. Yeah, good. Go ahead. Next.
Yes, sir. I'm just scrolling it through. So program financial management planning. So the another key learning, which is again unique from and different from the general project management, what we have learned is about this particular second para, where program financial management plan expands upon the program financial framework and describes the management of items such as risk reserves, potential cash flow problems, international exchange rate fluctuations, future interest rate increases or decreases, inflation, currency devaluation, local laws regarding finances, trends in material costs, and contract incentive and penalty clauses. So basically, the plan should include an approval or authorization process to allocate funds for program components, because these are all certain things which are very, very crucial when we run programs for multiple years. The escalation, because initially when we do the project budget, we go with certain escalation rates, and due to the economical changes and the global economical impact, those assumptions may get definitely challenged. So therefore, how to approach such changes in the assumption makes, then these aspects gets defined over here. And that's what they say the plan should include all approval and authorization process to handle that.
Good.
This is on external such fluctuation management, but at the same time, the rest of the para talks about the internal fund management, either through retained earnings or bank loans or sale of bonds. Program managers should consider scheduled contract payments, inflation, the aforementioned factors, and other environmental factors. So again, the financial management plan should take care of all these aspects.
Are you getting it? Everybody, Anis, Anupama. So this is very important. Actually, now people like Ramesh can very easily understand because they see it on the field. Okay. But some of you, for example, if you are managing some internal IT program, these things you never get into it at all. Okay, but it happens in big infrastructure development. As part of the initial feasibility, you do these assessments. Okay, if exchange rate fluctuation happens, if the interest rate changes, how the profitability ROI will change, whether the feasibility is robust in the midst of all these things, you assess. Okay, and then make sure like you justify and then take the approval. But when it comes to planning, all these things should translate into plan. Okay, how you factor them into it. For example, if the exchange rate changes over the next 4 years, now how you are aligning it to the program. Okay, so these things should be answerable. Okay, so that is where the financial management plan comes into the picture. The same is the case with cash inflow versus cash outflow. Okay, you have to align the funding with the payment to the contractors in terms of milestones. Okay, so usually it doesn't happen especially at least in India, it doesn't happen properly. Okay, so we assume that okay, if the funding doesn't come, I will delay the payment to the contractor. That is wrong ethics. Okay, as a program manager, it reflects your poor planning. Okay, you should have money, and when he completes the milestone, submits the invoice, you have to pay. Okay, you cannot say that even sometimes we do it, but we do it at the contract level. We make it very clear. See, this is a big amount. I cannot pay you upfront. When a customer pays to me, then I will pay to you. Okay, so that's all we can do. I make it as part of my purchase order itself. Okay, that is the financial management plan. Okay, how I match the inflow versus outflow so that it is very clear there is no conflict among the parties. Communication is transparent. Okay, so now all these things are in different areas it will be mentioned, but everything is mentioned here as one bullet or one with one separation comma, but they will spin a problem statement, question, and ask you for this. Okay, so unless you read it, understand it, revise it again or review it again and again, it won't flash back when you see the examination question. Okay, but if you do it, for example, the way he has done it, okay, you mark it, you underline it, you paraphrase it, then answering the question there will be much more easier. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you nailed a very right point, sir. Actually, all these things on the first half of the para, if you see, these are all commas. But
Yeah.
each line, if you take, there are very larger case studies. I've studied in the MBA Finance this particular future interest rate and increases or decreases. This itself, there is a very famous case study about Airbus ordered a multi-billion dollar aircraft selling program actually, because each aircraft costs around minimum 3,000 to 5,000 crores, the wide bodies. So when they get orders for multiple programs, so at what like the exchange rate they have to do the transaction. So because it runs for multiple years, right? Then how do you define it? How do you manage these exchange rates? That itself could be a question actually. How do you define in your program when you get into such a...
Correct. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
Ramesh,
So-
any practical example is there? Like
Yeah, maybe I'll
if any-
share that because I studied it almost 10 years back. I'm also trying to recall that case study is a very famous case study where the finance faculties have taken as a good example. We can Google it, Airbus hedging case study. So where that says that because like they have to take a decision whether my currency rate, my dollar will get strengthened or it will get weakened. What should be my deal? So they have to take a decision with certain aspects and the experience. So there are a lot of elements gets into, and then the outcome of that case study is the CEO was fired, and he has been like declared as some crime was done by taking certain decision, which though he didn't do it intentionally. So it's very famous, but I'll try to share it once I get the case study. So maybe like these kind of, when we like define financial parameters for large programs, I expect these could be some of the questions on how do we define or handle if such large changes happens.
Correct.
Because a lot of important material comes on large programs. So
Yeah.
how do you handle that dollar fluctuation? Ishwar, I'll share if I get something.
Yeah. You have more?
Yeah.
I
So
think, we are already at 5:40. Yeah.
So this one is last on this financial one is about like unlike the projects where there are it's an unique endeavor for to get a specific product or service as a result. But here in program management, we have tangible benefits as well as intangible benefits. Therefore, it's very important to define how the program closure and the financial metrics for the program benefits are measured. So that's what this last box says. So maybe I'll skip through the to the procurement management quickly and I'll end it.
Yeah.
I'll directly go to the summary. So when large programs, what this particular governance aspect framework suggests is to define a proper standards for the program level procurement. So which includes a qualified seller list. So preferred vendor list. These sub-bullets are like my interpretation from the top. So they can have a preferred vendor list are generally included in the tender document itself, and maintain pre-registered contract list with regular validity period so that they don't need to go for identifying RFQ and like shortlisting of the contractor and all. So
Correct.
And pre-negotiated contract is one of the best type of contract. When you get into program level, you make the service provider to enter into a framework agreement, which currently we are doing on with both with Adani and Bangalore Airport, where so there is a 2 years framework agreement, all the terms and conditions and everything gets agreed. And we put our man-hours rates in a rate table, which includes the escalation part. So the employer gets the benefit and there is no risk of getting into again negotiation and then looking for another signing of contract. So that's a framework agreement. And blanket purchase agreement. So as part of program management setup, we can have purchase orders with standard TNCs. And then you can amend a scope document as an annexure and then issue a sub contract document. So the last important and very interesting is this formalized. This is mentioned in the top para. Formalized proposal evaluation criteria. It's so that the example that what we have get benefited is one of the large construction contract or consultancy contract where they have kept the selection criteria as the QCBS, which is not the L1 based on the finance. It is a quality cost-based selection, and which says that 70% weightage to technical and 30% weightage to financial. So 70%, again, they will give 20 marks for 5 major elements, or that mark can vary, but total 100 marks. They take the 100 mark score and then give 70% weightage. And financially, there could be some 6 bidders. The rate of the lowest L1 bidder will be considered as a benchmark, and then the L2 bidder's rating will be given against the L1 bidder. So that variation, because the L1 bidder gets the 100% preference. If I am 10% lower, then I get only 0.9 marks against the L1. So that particular weightage will have only 30% weightage, because when the employer want to give more weightage to a intellectual consultancy knowledge, and they can take a decisions in defining this. I'm not supposed to go for a financial basis. This is very important, because the whole country goes with financial. You try to give award a contract to a L2 contractor, you can be sued. Even you are a program manager or an employer. How did you give your favored? You have not run the procurement in a competitive environment. By defining these criteria in the proposal evaluation criteria, nobody can question. This is called an R1 type. It's a rank 1, which comes with the combination of technical and financial. Maybe, sir, I'll stop here. I think it gets more time.
Yeah.
So
Good. I think you can share, all 3 of you, you can share the document in the WhatsApp, so that everybody else gets the benefit of it. Anis, did we give anything to you?
Yes, sir. I have schedule and resource. No, I have
Okay.
a resource and a quality assurance.
Okay, resource and quality assurance.
Yes.
Shall we go through?
Yeah, I think we can quickly go through. Yeah.
So, okay, please. Yeah, we'll do that, and then I'm so thrilled. Okay, you are all fully geared, and it's very unique batch.
I think it's visible now.
Excellent. The
Yes.
document itself is impressive.
So the program resource management. So the content, okay, those are the contents. We'll just go to the introduction. So the program resource management involves oversight and adoption of resources throughout the program delivery to ensure delivery of benefits. Because as our program mainly derives delivery, our benefits is the deliverables. It includes resource prioritization to optimize the use of a limited resource to across all program components. But first, we go to the resource prioritization. So the first definitions comes to the prioritizing the use of limited resource to optimize their utilization across program components. Then it comes to the human resource planning, identifying, documenting, and assigning program roles and responsibility to individual or groups. Program management during the program delivery, resource management during the program delivery. So it comes as a staff, facilities, equipments, and all other resources are changes during the program delivery. Program manager manages the resources for the program level and collaborate with component managers at the component level to balance the needs with the resource availability. So we go to the resource prioritization guidelines. Decisions should be based on the program resource management plan guidelines and adaptations. The management plans may need to adapt if the decision affect the existing components or initiate the new one. I'll just go quickly. It's okay, or
No, it's okay. Hey, you're
yeah.
doing a good job. We love to see.
Interdependencies and schedule control. So the program resources are often shared among components, requiring careful schedule to avoid further delays in benefit delivery. The program managers need to ensure the interdependencies do not cause delays by managing scarce resources effectively. So resource release plan and updates. Resource release. Resources can be released to other programs when that's no longer needed to current program. This is which we talk about earlier close of the program, or the program objectives are already met and we have the excess resources, we can be released. Plan updates. Updating the program resource management plan to account for the changes in resource use and interdependencies. The next, collaboration with component managers. So we are talking about the execution stage. So components managers, program managers work with component managers to ensure the resource management plan accounts for changes with the usage of interdependent or scarce resources. This collaboration helps in achieving program goals efficiently. That's the conclusion. This is similar to the one that they wrote in this PEM book. Effective programming resource management is critical. Successful delivery of program benefits. It involves prioritizing resources, adapting plans, and ensuring collaboration among all managers to optimize the use of resource and avoid delays.
I like this concluding statement. There are 4 words that is worth underlining from an exam perspective as well as from a practical practice perspective. Okay, the first one is everything is to be aligned to
Program
benefits.
Yes.
Number 1. Number 2, prioritizing resources is one of the important role of the program manager. Adapting the plan, because a single plan never works. Okay, constantly there will be interruptions or changes. So the plan should be updated, adapted constantly so that the plan never goes obsolete. It always remains current and realistic. And ensuring collaboration. So resource planning, resource allocation, resource management involves a lot of conflicts. Nobody would like to share their resources. Everybody wants resources, more resources. And all those resources are scarce. It comes with a cost. So collaboration, negotiation, managing conflicts proactively, all these things will come as part of resource management. Ultimately, the word optimization, is the goal from a resource perspective.
And avoid delays.
Avoid delays. So how the whole page can be summarized in 2 lines, is this. And very nice, very nice. I'm so thrilled. All of you have done excellent work and nicely presented. Guys, all the best. Okay, I would like to see 5 PgMPs from this group. Unfortunately, Hemant missed it, but soon he will be part of it. And I think you all have done that detailing part. The summarized as in the form of pictures, it is there in my PPT deck. As soon as this session is over, I will send it across to you. And you please share these things with each other. The group is open and continue with it. Okay. You don't need to really copy each other, appreciate each other, but you go in your own ways, just picking up some nice sweet spots from what others have done. See, for example, I'm seeing a very, very unique way of preparation by Anis. Okay. Anis, if you do this, probably the number of slides will hit close to 500, 600. If you cover all the programs, topics. Okay. But I don't know whether it is possible or not to do that kind of thing. But each of you can become a faculty, author, and a great professional, okay, through this journey. and you should make use of it. Okay, great work. Ratna, are you there?
Yes, sir. Shall I put?
Okay, yeah. I think as logically we will conclude this program today, but my commitment to you will continue. Okay, in terms of reviewing your essays, applications, and submitting it, and then once the you application is approved, you pay the fee. If it goes for panel, if there are comments, we need to rework. Still, you can count on me. I will stay. If it comes for rework and comments, don't get upset. It is normal. Okay, anyone, when you give something for review, they will not simply say that it is great, go ahead. So they will give some review comments, and we will take it, uh, mm, accept
Positively.
it, rework it, and give it.
Yeah.
Anis can share his experience. He worked for a year on that. Yes, Anis?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If everything goes well, maybe the third week I'll try my first attempt, inshallah.
Yeah, but continue with this kind of good work. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Go
Sure.
through nice preparations, and except probably life cycle, I will give mark for all the other domains. Okay, strategy, benefit, governance, and stakeholders. 4 domains I'll give, and life cycle, how much I can do, I will try. But you guys are doing a great job. Okay, you don't really need a mock exam for the life cycle. Ratna has pasted a feedback form. You can fill it, and all those who carry PMP, go ahead and submit your PDUs. Okay, to maintain it. So this itself, I think, carry about 16 or some XPDUs you can do.
I think
For
20 PDU, something like that.
pardon,
20 PDU, right? Somewhere.
Ratna, how many PDUs we are giving?
That's 16 PDS, sir.
16 PDUs.
Okay.
But don't worry, because you are reading a lot, you are writing a lot. So the self-directed PDUs, any numbers you can put. Okay, so you can claim as much as something like 30, 40 PDUs just for this work. You can do that. Okay. This will be an auto-approved PDUs, this 16 PDUs. Okay. Right. Please complete the feedback forms, and then possibly once, depending upon how you are progressing, we'll schedule one more session. Okay, to share. I already told you I'll update a process flow chart and then give it to you, and any other matter to be discussed, we will discuss. Okay.
Sir, we'll take a group photo, sir.
I am ready. I'm not sure about others. Yeah, we can do that.
Ready. Yeah. I'll just stop sharing the screen.
Yes. Yeah.
Anupama ma'am, you are there. Anisa, Ramesh sir.
Yeah. Camera friend. Yes. Nice to see you, sir. No, we met earlier.
Ramesh sir, Anupama ma'am, you are there.
Maybe Anupama is sleeping.
Good morning.
Okay.
Okay, Ramesh sir.
I think we haven't seen Ishwar. Ramesh, yeah, I have seen, yeah. Nice to see you.
Ishwar Rao, I'm seeing first time.
Ah, he's a hidden place, huh? Right,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm first time to everyone.
Nice to see you, man. You have a nice beard.
Thank you, but it about to cut tomorrow.
Oh, okay. No, but I see some Korean people, they don't have beard. So I used to tell them, you are lucky every time, you don't need to trim. Unlike us Indian people, we have a lot of beard.
See, I saw a small video clipping 2 days back. Okay, especially the small children, no?
Hmm.
They just love their dad having beard.
Yeah.
If it is removed, they start crying.
No, this is my son palace. Every toys he kept it here. This one is he keep all this item here because otherwise he will come to disturb. So I lock the door. I stay here calmly. Today is a weekend for us, so we don't have office.
Thank you so much, sir. Please submit the feedback. The link is there in the chat.
No problem. What feedback you want?
You can share verbally
Oh, sure.
about the
Sure.
session.
We'll do. You will give us some sort of attendance certification that yes, these people are attended.
Yeah. The previous certificate will come.
Yeah, okay.
That will be uploaded in your e-learning portal.
We have to download it there. Okay.
So I hope all of you are able to access the link.
Yeah, I was able to access.
Sir, Srinivasan sir, are there any websites available to take mock tests?
See, I think there are certain references available. The Prashant Kamath, okay, Mumbai 8. He's one of the earliest PgMP, and he knows us. He's a good friend of mine. In fact, he took PgMP based on first edition of the standard. And when the second edition was published, I took PgMP and I launched the program. He came and attended the program. Okay. And he also delivered one session and very knowledgeable. And he wrote one ebook, I guess. And there are a few other references that are available.
We have got a 3 attempts. First attempt, even for me, I consider that's a mock exam. Try.
No.
No.
All of you should pass.
Don't think in that direction. You remember, I mean, my personal experience during PMP program, right? The trainer is always trying to be early adapter for whatever, being a training completion, go for exam. You should be an early adapter. If you don't think, you mean, if you have 2 attempts or 3 attempts, it doesn't matter. If you are not going to perform well in first attempt, that will be there in your mind and that will carry to second attempt also.
No, but this will make you not too scary, man. You can
It's not.
write. So this is what I believe, maybe.
Yes, yeah, of course.
No, but if you don't have that fear, you will do well in the exam also. But overconfidence also is not good.
Yeah, overconfident. No, I no overconfidence. Only thinking, yeah, it's okay. I mean, don't feel more bad. Okay. That's okay.
Hey, is Anupama left? Is she there?
No, sir, she just got dropped.
Okay. I hope she has not run away.
Maybe sleeping,
She sat for long nights, sir, to prepare these slides.
Yeah.
No, it's very easy to prepare, just to prepare in the notes. Then you upload to this AI that they will give you a good.
Yeah, you use which AI, Anis?
This one is Slides
PPT.
Slides Pilot.
Slides Pilot.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wrote it in Word only. This was in the Word. Then I convert to PPT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, Ishwar Rao, you used ChatGPT?
Yeah, direct ChatGPT on.
ChatGPT.
Earlier, I have tried a Copilot. They gave me also a good write down. but I was not impressed because the books gives more than that these people gives. So
ChatGPT works on completely on the prompts, right? So how we are giving the prompts, so it will generate the outputs. So I have taken those outputs.
Day in, day out, we keep doing everyday graphics and presentations. Then I thought, only for academics, I'll go with.
That's a traditional model, right? So
I
we should not
believe
lose.
I don't know. Over the next 2-3 years, what all this AI will do, something mind-boggling.
yeah. But AI, okay. Anyway, human can make AI. AI cannot make human, so no problem.
Yeah, to maintain the AI definitely requires a workforce. It
No,
cannot.
definitely,
Yeah.
it will be a blessing, definitely not a threat.
Yeah.
That's an opportunity for us, but we should be getting updated progressively according
Yeah.
to the changes and trends.
Now they make,
Otherwise,
yeah.
our career will stop somewhere.
Now they make a prompt engineering. So this prompting become an engineering. I mean, so you should be a prompt engineer to give a command to ChatGPT or a Copilot or this.
So, Anish, we are launching a program, 8 hours program, PDU program on prompt engineering for project managers.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
So we are, I mean,
It's in Saturday or it's in.
It will be Saturdays only.
Oh, okay.
Saturday and Sunday. It's on 11th and 12th.
Oh, 11th and 12th, huh?
Yes,
Coming week.
Oh, coming Saturday and Sunday, Ratna?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, okay. These guys are doing much more greater job.
No, but it's good always, to be in the
No,
industry.
we are trying to do the complete life cycle. Like for example, from the initial project planning, doing a risk analysis, everything through prompt. So trying to build that kind of use cases.
Yeah, I have received Ramesh's feedback.
Even I didn't open the feedback business.
Please
Yeah, I'm in the
probably
middle.
complete
Once it
it.
is done, I will submit.
Yeah,
Oh,
please
okay.
complete it so that I think probably Ratna, Anupama got dropped out.
I will send it to her, sir.
Send it to
Get
her
it
and then
filled by her.
get it later. So you can, in the meantime, take the picture as well.
Yeah, and share it to us.
Yeah.
Sure, sure.
So Anish, all the best.
No, man, Anis.
Anish, I got your attention.
You Tamil Nadu people.
Oh.
You are in India, no? No.
Who?
No, you are not in India.
No, now I go back. Only last weekend I was there in the home.
Oh,
I come back Sunday night. Monday I have to work. Only Saturday, Sunday I have off.
No, I'm talking about, are you in India or?
No. Now I reach back Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Only 2 days I was there.
But in Abu Dhabi, Friday and Saturdays are holidays, no?
This was before. I think 3-4 years back they changed. They make it Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Before Friday, Saturday off. And officially now for us Friday half day, but eventually I didn't come out 5-6 o'clock only from the office. If we start,
I'm planning a visit to UAE in April.
Inshallah. Yeah.
So we'll do
in Abu
something.
Dhabi, Dubai.
I would go around.
Around.
Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
Yeah. I live in Abu Dhabi. I am
Okay.
working in Abu Dhabi Dubai border. Yeah, because my son's school is nearby here.
Okay.
So I stay here. I go back and come every day, 65, 70 kilometers going, coming, 140. That's good.
All of you done the feedback?
I think I have done. We wish we have a more than very good. But it's only very good. Oh, please. But today we didn't feel the timing because we cross all the time.
I didn't realize that this is going to be the last class.
Yeah, because he was taking more time in talking. Then Ramesh, see the time, you just continue. Our people used to say to us, you people are meeting, not finished. Yeah, I think we have, I think, no, Shivani, no, we have Ratna Kumari. Shivani missing.
Shivani is on leave, I guess.
Ah, okay. Because she used to the one communicating to me earlier. Yeah, I think I have completed the form now.
Okay, Ratna?
Yeah. It's okay. I think we can take a photo now. It's okay to see.
All right. Yeah, we received all feedback. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so
All right, so we will be in touch.
Sure. And thank you. Thank you all this. It's 5 weeks. Generally, I don't like to attend online classes. But this time, yes, I enjoyed. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
For a physical class to your place.
Yeah, no, PMP, I attended physical class in Abu Dhabi. I used to go in the weekend. Yeah, it was earlier.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Sir. Yeah,
Take
bye.
care. Take care. Bye.